Good morning everybody, Ogle from SME7 and really excited to have Chris here, the architect of SME7,
yep.
And we're going to be talking about the supplier side of SME7 in a bit more detail with you.
Yeah.
So first of all, can you just give us a brief overview of what SME7 is?
Yeah.
And then we can delve into the supplier stuff.
Okay, we're at a really interesting time at the moment with the business world. We've got essentially three sectors of the market. We've got the micro end, we've got the capital, the corporate end, and we've got this bunch of people in the middle.
Yeah.
Around companies that turn over, and it's not exact, but between 250,000 to 20 million.
Okay.
And this group of companies are really not. They're not networking. They're struggling with the recession and the bank problems we've had, and they really do need to go through a modernisation process, which is about to take place, but they've got no way of finding out about it. So they're kind of like the forgotten sector of the economy, and SME7 is about addressing that problem and taking them through a modernisation programme.
Okay, thanks for that. So why does SME7 need suppliers, and what will the suppliers be doing?
Well, I mean, as you can imagine, as clients come on board the SME7 programme, what happens is the practitioner is engaged with the client and essentially has helped them to understand that if they don't change, they won't be here.
So that's the mindset.
The mindset thing.
Yeah.
So having established that and worked out which are the three key areas, is it lifestyle, is it stress, or is it money? They're the real three key issues that anyone can have in a business. Once they've identified the hottest potato out of those three, they then need to start to engage with them and take them through a process of changing it.
Okay.
And that can involve a whole myriad of people who are delivering services into the practitioner, because it's unlikely the practitioner will have everything that they need. You can imagine a business involves so many different facets. You're going to need people with disciplines that can come in and help.
Okay. So they may be providing services or products to this market.
Yeah.
Okay. So what other benefits are there to the supplier to joining, apart from getting their business or their services pulled in?
Well, there's two key benefits they get straight away. The first one is that a lot of these people actually don't very clearly specify what they do.
Okay.
I mean, I've met hundreds and hundreds of companies over the last year in this sector, in this sort of the micro end, and you ask them what they do, and you just get about 2 minutes of a rather unorganised explanation, and at the end of it, you really have no idea what they do still.
Yeah.
And it's about how can you help these people to clearly define their proposition, because it's actually only when you do that that you define what you're good at.
Okay.
And what we need to know is we need to be able to find the right people to do the right job.
Yeah.
So there's two sides, 40 seconds. A lot of us now are involved in, we go to networking, we've got a minute or so to stand up and say what it is we do. So as a byproduct of joining the database, they get that.
Okay.
The second thing they get is they get their business described in a database.
So their proposition clearly
formatted in a proper way, so it's easy to search, easy to be retrieved, and we can target the right people for the right job.
Okay. And is there any other benefits attached to that?
Well, I mean, in terms of once they've defined that, then it becomes kind of easy for them to be advocated, because if I explain to you that I modernise businesses, which is what SME7 does,
yeah,
and then someone says to you, what's SME7? You can tell them it's modernising businesses. It's not very difficult. So it's about helping people to getting these businesses to kind of really define what they want to be known for, and helping them achieve it, and then using them in the right places.
Okay. So from from a supplier's point of view, why would they want to be in there? What's stopping them from going out and reaching these clients by themselves?
Yeah, well, there's two things again there. Well, first one is that obviously SME7 is a huge brand.
Okay, yeah.
Right, now, SMEs, these micro businesses that are suppliers to this, if they're in the database, they can actually have, it's like a kite mark, so they can actually say, actually I'm an accredited SME7 supplier. It means something. So it kind of gives them a kind of, the person that's using them a kind of guarantee.
Okay.
So they can kind of use it within SME7, of course, because we can use them, we know what they do. But outside of that, if they're talking to other people, it's like they've got an accreditation, which is going to be really, really powerful. And the other thing is that we don't just let anybody into this database. The quality of the people in it is really important. we can't have people doing bad jobs. So
Yeah.
by having a proper process of evaluation, which actually takes them through a question of getting referrals, it's all very well getting happy customers to say that you've done a good job, but you're not going to ask someone who hasn't done a good job for you to give you a referral, are you?
Yeah.
So it's pretty worthless. What's more important is what do other people think of you.
Yeah.
We've got a mantra attached to SME7 which describes 7 principles under which people become engaged with the programme. Things like do what you say you're going to do,
Yeah.
or treat other people, how they like to be treated. Yeah. Yardsticks for running your business, yardsticks which define the people, and we want similar people to in the database. So they get the branding. They can use that. They get the kite mark, the accreditation, and they're kind of in with a really good bunch of approved gold standard suppliers. So it's really good for them.
Okay. So the authentication process then, that's they get some referees or they get some advocacy from people so that they're allowed in the database, and by default that then gives them the kite mark status, because otherwise they wouldn't be in there if they weren't good enough.
Yeah, I mean it's about actually you create a bit of sanity at this end of the market.
Okay.
There's a whole swathe of people. I get emails through saying I do your website. How do you know the wood from the trees?
Yeah, very true.
You've got hundreds and hundreds of people to choose from. For an SME, it's like, well, who should I don't really know who I should pick. And I've heard countless stories of people who've got, yeah, it's cheap, but you get what you pay for. What's that classic line? The bitterness of poor quality lingers longer after the sweetness of low cost.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's about making sure that people can buy with confidence.
Yeah.
And the advocacy is really important because not enough time spent in that. Anyone can tell you as a customer that's happy, but it's not when it's going right that's important, it's when it goes wrong.
Yeah.
How do they deal with the issues when it goes wrong? Because no one remembers the good times. They only remember when it went wrong, who was there to help sort it out.
Okay. So, wrapping it up now, we can only use suppliers that are in the database.
Absolutely. It means that everything that we do within SME7 itself, and anybody related to SME7, the only people they can use are the people that are in the supplier database. If you're not in it,
We won't use
you
it.
can't be used. So and you can imagine the amount of business that's being written at the moment and is going to be written is vast. Why would you want to exclude yourself from that potential?
So thanks, Chris, for talking to us about that. That's the SME7 database supplier side of things explained. If you're on the site, then have a look around. You're obviously there already, and if you're not, it's www.sme7.com/supplier. So enjoy having a look around. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.